Hi, my name is Dion Hamill. Welcome to the channel Dion Hamill Illustrations, where I teach you techniques to help improve your art from beginner to more advanced techniques. In today's demonstration, I wanted to show you how I created a realistic portrait without reference, using a few easy steps that you can implement into your own head drawings. Let's get started. For me, the beginning of any drawing starts with the structure. To create the structure of this head, I'm first going to start with a square. I'll use a ruler to keep things nice and neat, but you can freehand this if you feel confident. The point is to create a nice neat square that you can then draw a circle in. Next, I'll add a line about 1/4 the length of the square beneath the baseline, which will become the base of the chin. Then halve the distance between the baseline and the line through the center of the circle, giving me the base of the nose. Once I've established the sides of the head with the 2 vertical lines through the intersections on the circle, I can draw the jawline and base of the jaw. I'll keep it narrow for this character design so as to mimic more feminine features. Because I have already put in a line representing the base of the nose, I can work out the placement of the mouth. Generally, the opening of the mouth will sit 1/3 the distance from the bottom of the nose to the chin. I'll find the halfway point between the nose and the chin to give me an indication of where the bottom of the lower lip will be. For the eye line, find the distance halfway between the top of the head to the base. For each eye, I'll divide the eye line from the center to the side of the head in half. Then just represent the eye as a big circle, almost as if I'm drawing the eyeball itself without the eyelids. This allows me to later adjust the eyelids for the character if I want to. For the sides of the nose, I'll draw a line straight down, from the inside corner of the eyeball to the nose line. The nose can be an incredibly hard structure to draw, especially from the front, because you are trying to represent something with lines that has very few outlines at all. I'm using this technique to help me first establish the structure or shape of the object, then later I can start to define those shapes with shadows and tones. For the underside of the nose, draw a thin elliptical shape, then 3 circles representing the front and sides. The intention at this stage is not to define features with too much detail, but to slowly build the structure and mirror each side as I go. For example, when drawing the eyes, I want to make sure each eye looks similar. My original construction lines help me to draw the curves at a certain distance or place certain features from an indicated point. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm drawing in as many construction lines as necessary to show you how this method works. But as time goes on, with practice and repetition, you won't need to draw every construction line. I'd also recommend checking out the free PDF guide I made demonstrating this technique, which you can access through the link in the description below. For the mouth, I'll use slightly curved lines to represent the opening. Then for the upper and lower lips, keep them soft-edged and rounded. My line work is only to represent the transition from the edge of the lips to the rest of the face. I'm trying not to rely on hard-edged lines, as that tends to break the illusion of shadow, and I lose that 3-dimensional quality to the drawing and it starts to look a bit flat. It's the same for areas like the nose and eyes. It would be really easy to get carried away and draw thick dark lines. But by slowly building the shading around the edges, I can create the illusion of 3-dimensionality. Now that I'm feeling more confident the proportions are right and the main features are placed correctly, I can start to focus on the little details. I'm also starting to think about where the tones will be much darker. This character has the lighting coming from the front and slightly above just to keep it simple. So for areas such as the cheekbones, I'm thinking about how much of the line needs to be shown, Too much and it can seem like the person is very skeletal and gaunt. Too little and the face can look too flat. I'm also keeping in mind that what I can see of the head structure is not just the front of the head, but part of the sides. The whole structure is a series of curves overlapping each other. It was when I worked out how those curves worked, I felt that my faces and head drawings really started to improve. Being able to draw from your imagination without reference is a fantastic skill to have as an illustrator, regardless of your style. But references are important in the craft, as it's the reference that can give us an inspiration to create wonderful designs that don't exist, but are based on elements that do. The bonus of not having to rely on reference, but use them as a jumping off point, is you won't end up with artwork that is hampered by what you trace or copy. It's not to say there is anything wrong with tracing or copying. Both techniques are great for learning and helping us understand how something works or fits together. But combine it with the skill to create from your imagination using simple structural lines and shapes, then slowly adding the details, and you can really make your art look special. I now feel that the basic structure and lines are at a finished level, so now I'm going to start slowly building the shadows with a combination of lead pencils, erasers and blending pencils. Watch to the end for the whole process. Also, let me know what else you would like to see by leaving a comment below. And before I go, check out the free guide Drawing the Head for Beginners using the link below. If you work through the free guide, you can also send me an image of your work, and I'd be happy to offer some guidance on how to improve your head drawings, if that is something you would like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah. 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 No.